Imagine standing on the red soil of Mars, where the ancient Romans saw not just a planet, but a symbol of blood and war. But to us, Mars holds the promise of a bright new future for humanity. Have you ever wondered what just 5 seconds on this harsh planet would do to a person? What if an astronaut removed their helmet? The answer will shock you. But wait, before we enter the depths, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. Mars's atmosphere. The story of Mars began billions of years ago when swirling gas and dust came together to form this fourth planet from the Sun. Though Mars may be small compared to others, its surface is vast, almost as big as all the continents on Earth combined. Did you know? Mars has a thin atmosphere mostly made of carbon dioxide, with small amounts of nitrogen and argon. This air can't be breathed and doesn't protect much from harmful solar rays and cosmic rays. In just 5 seconds, an unprotected person would start to suffocate and suffer from severe radiation exposure because Mars is solid and rocky, with a core made of iron, nickel, and sulfur. Have you ever wondered why Mars is called the red planet? It's because of the iron in its crust that reacts with the little oxygen in the air, making it look red. Extreme temperatures. Did you know Mars isn't just a pretty face? Underneath it lies a dramatic history. Once upon a time, Mars was warm and active, with flowing water shaping its surface and towering volcanoes like Olympus Mons reaching for the sky. Today, Mars is cold with temperatures dropping lower than we can imagine. But long ago, rivers and lakes flowed across its surface, leaving behind valleys and basins that tell tales of a wetter, warmer past. Now Mars can get super cold at night, like freezing cold, around minus 195 degrees Fahrenheit, 125 degrees C. But during the day, it warms up to about 70 degrees F, 20 degrees C. If you're not dressed warmly, your body will lose heat really fast because Mars doesn't have much insulation. In just 5 seconds outside without protection, your skin would start freezing. Can you imagine how it feels to go from freezing cold at night to a comfortable 70 degree F during the day on Mars? It's a planet of extreme contrasts. Air. The air on Mars is mostly carbon dioxide, like 95%. Then there's some nitrogen and a bit of argon, around 3% and 1.6% respectively. There's also a little oxygen, carbon monoxide, water, methane, and other gases mixed in. And there's loads of dust floating around too. This dust makes the Martian sky look tan in pictures taken from the ground. Yet, even in this frozen wasteland, there's hope. Mars still holds water, mostly as ice at its poles. And where there's water, there's the chance for life. Could Mars, with its icy poles and dusty plains, have once been home to life or even still be? Tell us what you think in the comments. Dust storms. Mars is famous for its strong dust storms that can cover the whole planet. These storms make it really hard to see, almost impossible. They carry tiny dust particles that can hurt machines and people's lungs. In just 5 seconds, breathing in dust and not being able to see clearly could confuse an astronaut, making it impossible to find their way. Low atmospheric pressure. The air pressure on Mars is so low, it's like being 100,000 feet above the ground on Earth. That's extreme. And get this, because of this low pressure, liquids in the body like blood would start boiling, even at normal body temperature. Can you imagine the danger? But that's not all. Mars is full of surprises, especially when it comes to its changing seasons. During the scorching southern summer, the air pressure reaches its peak, while in the icy grip of the northern summer, it drops to its lowest. It's like a cosmic dance of temperature and pressure, creating an ever-changing landscape. And here's the kicker. During the freezing southern winter, CO2 gas freezes onto the south polar cap, causing the air pressure to plummet across the entire planet. It's like Mars is breathing in and out with each passing season. But unlike Earth, Mars keeps it simple with its atmospheric circulation. Thanks to the absence of oceans, warm air rises near the equator, flows north and south, cools down, sinks, and then returns to the equator. It's like nature's own air conditioning system. Next, let's explore what would happen if an astronaut removed their helmet on Mars. Before we dive deeper, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Imagine an astronaut, brave and strong, standing on Mars. Then, imagine them taking off their helmet. Suddenly, the air around them would rush away, making the astronaut feel dizzy and faint. Their body would react quickly, but it wouldn't be enough. Their insides would start to bubble like a pot of boiling water, and their skin would freeze in the cold. Without their helmet, the astronauts wouldn't last long. In just a few seconds, they would pass out, unable to breathe or keep warm. It's a sad ending to a brave adventure. But without the right gear, Mars is just too harsh for humans to survive. Conclusion. As we finish learning about Mars, we realize surviving there for just 5 seconds is super tough. Mars has thin air, cold, and wild dust storms that make it hard for humans. But even with all these challenges, we're still drawn to Mars. We're getting better at technology, and we're figuring out how to stay safe in space. From Mars' beginnings with swirling dust to its past with water, there's so much we still want to learn. So, as we say goodbye to Mars for now, we keep dreaming and exploring. Who knows what we'll find next in space? So, as we look up at the red dot in the night sky, let's dream together of a time when Mars isn't just a distant world, but a second home for us all. For if any planet can show us the way to a brighter tomorrow among the stars, it's Mars. Stay tuned for more cool stuff about space. Before this video, we created one about what happens to an astronaut who spends 5 seconds on Venus. If you want to see it, click on the video. Thanks for joining us on this adventure.